Hi everybody, it's Carissa from Happily Ever Paper Crafter, and today is our last day of the 12 days of Cricut. And today the project I'm going to show you is how to turn a regular gift bag into a Christmas gift bag. The Cricut cartridge we're going to use today is Winter Frolic, one of the ones I've been using over and over and over because I love it. And what we're going to do is take this plain green gift bag that I got at Hobby Lobby and just add a little Christmas flair to it. We're going to do a multi-layer cut. You can find it on page 53, and we're going to be doing this Santa. So there he is, cute. He's got his little satchel full of presents. So when you look at this, I'm actually going to be doing the shadow. So that's one color I'll need. I'm going to do that in white. You're going to need the base cut, which I'm going to do in black. Then this one is all like his beard and his hat and his face and stuff. So I'm going to be doing that one in white as well. Then his Santa suit in red, and then the layer that goes with that, the shift on the layer, is his satchel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 either different colors or pieces of paper that you're going to have. So I have my mat all set. I've already cut out my white shadow, so I'm not going to cut that out, so that eliminates one of them. So we have the black for the background, the red for his suit. This, instead of brown, I'm using this striped for his satchel. And then I'm using this sparkly paper for his beard, this white sparkly paper. And I've helped to tape it down. I'm using some washi tape, just because this is kind of thick cardstock for my mat. So I've got that all set. And then whenever I put whenever I put paper on my mat, especially when I'm putting multiple colors and papers and stuff on my mat, I always want to make sure that I brayer it down really, really good. And especially over this one. Just so it sticks really good. And now we'll head on over to the Cricut, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut this out. So I've got my Cricut loaded with the Winter Frolic cartridge, and the size I'm going to cut everything out at is 5. So you're going to want to cut out everything at 5. All the layers, even if they're little. You're going to load it. I have my pressure set at max, my speed at max, and my blade at 6. So the first color that I have on my mat is the black. And that I'm going to do my base feature here. So I just have to find that key, and that's the Santa key, and it's right here. I'm going to make sure that my Santa shows up, and that's what I want. I'm going to hit cut. Then I'm going to move my blade over to where my next piece of paper starts. There we go. And this is the striped, and this is what I want his satchel to be at. So this is a layer function key. So I'm going to turn on my layer function key, and because it's the image in the upper right-hand corner of the square, I know that I need a shift. So I'm going to hit shift, and then my Santa key. And then there's my satchel. So I'm going to move my blade back and over to get to that red. And that I'm going to have as my Santa clothes. So I need the layer feature on, but not the shift. So my layer feature is still on. And my shift is turned off, so I'm going to hit the Santa key. Okay, and then I'm going to head on over to this sparkly colored cardstock. And I got to get in between that washi tape on the paper. Okay, and I'm going to turn my multi-cut on because it's much thicker than any cardstock that I would normally cut on here. I'm going to do a multi-cut, which will tell the Cricut that it needs to cut twice. So I'm going to cut this in that white glitter. So that's the base on the shift. So I'm going to take off my layer. I'm going to turn on my shift and hit my base, my Santa cut. And that should be my Santa beard. There it is. And there you can see the Cricut goes right back to where it started. And it's doing its multi-cut now. There are all of my pieces. Like I said, I cut Santa's face off camera, and I colored it with some Copic markers, so I'm going to set that to the side. And then I did cut the shadow in white off camera as well. So what I always do, and what you're supposed to do, is start with the base feature. There you can see, there's Santa. And start layering on top of that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I always find it very helpful to use your Cricut manual and see exactly how they have the images laid out and the colors, because then you can see how the layering worked. And my two favorite tools to use when layering is my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive and my tweezer beads to pick up small pieces. What I'm going to do first is just focus on Santa's face here. And there's some lines underneath his cheeks. They usually, sometimes for more intricate layering and stuff, Cricut will put some lines, some guidelines, so you can line up some of your layers, which is very helpful. And then there's his mustache, which is cute. And then we'll put the red on his hat. And this might be tedious for some of you who understand layering and can kind of see how this is going to get put together. But I think when I talk to people about their Cricut and what they like and what they don't like, what people say most is that they are really nervous when they look at an image and it has multiple cuts on it. And I can't blame them. That is hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue Santa on the black, and then I'm going to figure, once all that's glued together, how this satchel fits. It must fit something like this, but before I glue that down, I'm just going to make sure. And let's see, we'll glue down his legs first. So sometimes it's nice to see somebody go through the whole layering process and how you would troubleshoot it. Oh, I'm going to make a big gluey mess today. And that's why I like to do the dry run and just set the pieces out, unless it's very obvious. Some of the cartridges, it's very obvious how things layer. But it's still nice to at least line it up before you put some glue on. You never know how things are going to line up, and if you don't have things set just right, they might twist funny, to get a feel for that. And then I look at my image here and I can see that there's that black line for his belt, which is weird that there's like this gap there, but that's why you do your dry run. Otherwise, I think originally I was going to put that belt in the wrong spot. And I still, even with dry runs, have made mistakes. And then I think, oh, you know, well, that's just how my cut's going to look. And luckily, this glue dries clear. And then his belt buckle, which I think the back side of this is brown. And I think I'm actually going to make his belt buckle brown. This piece isn't too particular in the way it's supposed to be. It just needs to be a belt buckle for Santa, and that'll do just fine. And then I left Santa's face for last to go on top, because I think he should be on top. And I actually think I'm going to get some foam dimensional tape. So just hold on one sec. Alright, I'm back with my foam tape, because I think Santa's face should just stick up a little bit. That would be cute. And this is just 3M adhesive dimensional tape. I'm not even sure what they call it. But I like to buy it by the roll because you can cut off the piece that you would need, the size, and sometimes I need a really long piece and it's nice to have it on the roll. Now, since I popped up his head, I'm going to have to pop up his hat a little bit too. And it looks like I'm going to probably have to put 2 pieces on. So I'm just going to tuck this one underneath. Pull that off. And then put some adhesive like this. You're coming together, Santa. You're gonna be cute. And I like that I cut that other layer out in white and use my Copics because Santa should be some skin color, whatever you prefer. So there's Santa, cute. And how does this satchel fit on here? Let's figure this out together. So you can see the shadow should be about like that around. So I think something like that. I'm just going to leave my fingers on there and just kind of glue down his satchel because I don't want it to move because I think I have it in a pretty good spot. Okay, we'll glue down all of Santa. And when my image is loaded with glue, I just use my tweezer beads because it's so much easier to manipulate your image. That is exactly how that should be. See, he's got his little hand on his satchel. That's so cute. Okay, so there's our image. This was the Santa from Winter Frolic cut out at 5 inches. And the last step that we have to do is find our gift bag and adhere it to our gift bag. So I'm just going to use my ATG gun to do that. Make sure I got lots on there. Kind of put Santa on the cover. And there you go. There's our Christmas gift bag all set to give to someone. Thanks for watching our last episode of the 12 Days of Cricut. It was so fun. It was a lot of work, but my house is full of my own home decor. I got gift stuff ready for Christmas. And I just did it all using my Cricut. So I hope I've inspired you over this last couple weeks to take out your Cricut and really get some Christmas crafts going. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.